Boris Johnson has called members of the Eurosceptic European Research Group into number 10 this evening, Daily Express understands. The Tory MPs are understood to be heading to Downing Street amid briefings a Brexit deal has been reached between the UK and EU. However, the government is set to pour cold water over the idea the UK has sold out to Brussels in negotiations and say talks are ongoing. Conservative backbenchers will be told this evening not to believe the propaganda and fake news coming from Brussels. A deal could still be announced later this week, with signs a deal may be taking shape. The leader of the House of Commons, Jacob Rees-Mogg, is expected to set out whether MPs will be asked to remain in Westminster next week to vote on a potential deal. Parliament is currently due to break up for the Christmas period on Thursday. Speaking to Daily Express this evening, one Brexiteer MP said, ERG representatives are going to number 10 this evening and what they're telling me is that what they've been told by Downing Street is don't believe the propaganda the EU are putting out. They added, the EU appear to be getting desperate. They're putting out what they want to be true rather than what's actually true. The Brexiteer MPs will use the meeting to reiterate to number 10 that they would not back a deal which is not in the UK's interests and would be willing to vote against the government if necessary. The EU transition period ends on the 31st of December, at which point Britain will trade with Brussels on World Trade Organization terms unless a trade pact is agreed. A Tory MP also told this website tonight Conservative backbenchers would reiterate to number 10 they would not be forced into voting a trade deal through the Commons at breakneck speed due to the short time remaining until the end of the transition period. They said, we need the best legal minds to study it and we need to debate it. We know that the devil is in the detail. This isn't a quick fix if a deal came forward. This is potentially forever, so it's no good after 4.5 years falling at the last hurdle and signing up to something without reading it. The issues of fishing, state aid and fair competition have plagued the Brexit negotiations for months. However, on Sunday Boris Johnson and the European Commission, President Ursula von der Leyen agreed to continue talks in the hope of reaching a deal. Optimism of a breakthrough rose yesterday when EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier briefed EU27 ambassadors a narrow path to a trade pact was in sight. However, Downing Street has been keen to play down any talk of a breakthrough in negotiations. A source close to the UK negotiators said this evening, the position is the same. Talks remain very difficult, the source added, but we're not close on this stuff yet. There's a lot of outstanding details to go through, on other areas too. So there's genuinely no reason to be excited about things today. This morning Boris Johnson reiterated to his cabinet that a no deal remained the most likely outcome from trade talks. His spokesman said, the Prime Minister opened cabinet with an update on the ongoing negotiations with the EU and re-emphasized the desire to reach a free trade agreement, but not at any cost, and reiterated that any agreement must respect the independence and sovereignty of the UK. The Prime Minister made clear that not being able to reach an agreement and ending the transition period on Australia-style terms remained the most likely outcome, but committed to continuing to negotiate on the remaining areas of this agreement.